This is probably the most accessible thing you've ever. Automotive engine turbocharging system explanation video. The next 2 minutes of animation will it's clear for you. It looks like a snail. It's the turbocharger. The upper part is connected to the exhaust pipe of the engine. Let's cut it open. There are 2 separate spaces inside the supercharger. The side of the waste feeder is called the turbine. The other side is called compression. There's an axis in the middle. Connect the turbines on both sides together. When the exhaust gas produced by the engine enters will drive the turbine at the same time. Compression impeller on the other side to also rotate. This forces more air into the engine. Due to the fact that the air is being compressed, collisions between gas molecules, both frequency and intensity increase. Air temperature will also rise. Hot air is less dense than cold air. The lower the density, it has less oxygen per unit. After high temperature air enters the engine, knock, etc. Damaged engine. To solve this problem, engineer between the turbocharger and the engine intake. An intercooler is installed. It's basically a heat sink. When high temperature air passes through medium cold, will be reduced to ambient temperature to ensure that the engine can work normally. In addition, when the turbine is working at hundreds of thousands of revolutions, this causes the temperature of its moving parts reaching around 700 to 1000 at such a high operating temperature and speed. How is the supercharger lubricated and cooled? On top of the turbine, there is an oil pipe connecting the engine to the turbine. When the turbine is working, oil will enter the supercharger from the pipeline, the rotating shaft and floating, then via the row below U-tube, return to oil pan. In the process, oil takes away heat, so as to achieve the purpose of cooling.